Formula One is back for its final European race, the Italian Grand Prix at the historic Monza. Monza is a pre-World War era circuit built in 1922, and this year it's completing its 100th year of racing. The historic 5.8 kilometers track has 11 turns and will see 53 laps of racing on Sunday. Home of some very popular curves, likes of the Parabolica curve, the Lesmo curves, and the Ascari chicane, the turn 8, 9, and 10, named after Alberto Ascari, the famous Formula One driver from Ferrari. Because it was made very early, its layout is quite simple, but it has some amazing, very unique features, because of which all the cars and all the teams on the grid has to change their cars very much so that they can fit their cars for this racetrack specifically. Monza is called the Temple of Speed because the drivers are accelerating and on full throttle for almost 80% of the lap time. Due to the low aerodynamics profile of the circuit, the cars are required to run on a low downforce setup. The track is filled up of long straights and slow speed corners. Hence, the overall setup of this car has to be such that it features less drag, because of which the rear wing of the cars are made smaller and smaller in size. These small rear wings features less dependency on the DRS. Hence, the car has to have enough power and a nice aerodynamic profile to overtake, because of which the overtaking is very difficult on this track. In FP1 and FP2, we saw a couple of teams practicing the slipstream, which we will definitely see in qualifying, and it will be a difference between first row and second row in the qualifying. At Monza, car setup has to be really important. Because of the long straights, cars cannot feature higher drag, hence their back has to be lower. And at the corners, traction has to be higher because of the less grip of the track. Front nose cannot be very low, has to be very balanced. Like at the exit of Parabolica, cars are on the 7th gear and at almost 280 to 90 kilometers per hour, and they enter into the start and stop straight, which when they accelerate meets the end at the turn 1. Now at the turn 1, if they don't stop properly, if they don't hit the apex, if they oversteer, they probably will meet the wall. If they understeer, they probably will turn. And if they brake too hard, they will have a flat spot on the tire. Hence, it's really important to time and have a balanced car. Pirelli is bringing their middle section of the tire compounds with C2, C3, and C4 in hard, medium, and soft respectively. Last year, we saw the winning strategy to be medium to hard with only single pit stop. Now, pit stops are also single also because the pit straight time that is spent, the delta is about 24 to 25 seconds, which is very high respective to the other race tracks. Hence, we will see probably one-stop race strategies more. Now, just to refresh your memory, Charles Leclerc won his first Italian Grand Prix in his first year with Ferrari. In 2020, Pierre Gasly won his first race at the Italian Grand Prix. And in 2021, McLaren got hands-on first and second in the Italian Grand Prix just last year. Ferrari has a track record of winning 19 times at Monza, and McLaren has a track record of winning 12 times here. Though Red Bull enjoys a 135-point lead on Ferrari, and Max leads Leclerc by 109 points, but Monza is the only track on the entire calendar that Max has never stood a podium on. Now, having said that, this track features cars with lower downforce setups, hence Red Bull are the clear favorites here. This race, 7 drivers are taking grid penalties. Max taking 5, Perez 10, Sainz, Lewis, Bottas, Tsunoda, and Schumacher are starting from the back. Like in Spa, which has a track configuration very similar to the Monza circuit, Max started on 14th position after taking grid penalties, but won the race. Here, if he finishes the Saturday on a pole position and starts the race from 6th position, he is a clear favorite in winning the race from that position. Red Bull का पैकेज ओवरऑल सबसे बढ़िया है. Ferrari स्ट्रेट्स के अंदर Red Bull से काफी स्लो है एंड कॉर्नर्स के अंदर थोड़ी बेटर स्पीड है उनसे, बट आई थिंक Mercedes will take over Ferrari on their home soil because there are so less corners in the entire circuit. Then when it comes to Alpine का performance McLaren से अच्छा होने वाला है. Also because Alonso का ये 10th straight point scoring streak चल रहा है, and he's on definitely very good high. जब उन्होंने लास्ट टाइम इतनी लो पोजीशन से हाई पोजीशन पे खत्म करी थी P6 पे रेस, Ocon also finished better than what his starting position was. प्लस मैक्लेरन के साथ जो डैनियल रिकार्डो का लो फॉर्म चल रहा है, एंड लैंडो नॉरिस इज आल्सो नॉट परफॉर्मिंग एट द एब्सोल्यूट लेवल फ्रॉम अ कपल ऑफ रेसेस, then hence I think Alpine will perform better than McLaren. Now when it comes to Alfa Romeo has now admitted, Bottas के इंटरव्यू के अंदर उन्होंने बोला था कि Alpine and McLaren has outdeveloped them, though they have developed a good car, but I think somehow Ferrari's engine has proved them down. एंड फरारी का जो इंजन है, ये चारों जो इंजन डेवलपर्स हैं उनमें सबसे खराब इंजन या सबसे अनरिलायबल इंजन फरारी का रहा है इस साल. हेंस बोटास ने इतने सारे इंजन ऑप्ट करे हैं, पर उसके बाद भी वो कहीं भी पेस में आड़े नहीं आते हैं मैक्लेरन या एल्पिन के ड्राइवर्स के साथ. Then when it comes to Haas, I don't think anything good will happen there. Plus now Mick Schumacher is taking an engine penalty, so he'll be down, very down at the grid, and it's very difficult to overtake at Monza. So let's see what happens. But when it comes to Alpha Tauri, we can see a surprise of Pierre Gasly because he's very confident on this track, like his win in 2020. When it comes to Aston Martin, I think the best part of Aston Martin is seeing Sebastian Vettel in his 7th last race. So I think that will be really good high. Then at Williams का package बहुत अच्छा है. They're very good at the straights. Especially Albon is very good at the straights. They have a very low drag car. So I am expecting a shocker from Albon. I want him to have his 5th or 6th or 7th. I don't know. अभी तक उन्होंने 4 points कमाए हैं. मैं चाहता हूँ और points कमाए. Plus, I think in very soon, at least I think in the next 2 weeks before Singapore Grand Prix, we will see a change in the drivers' configuration of Williams. Now, for the driver predictions, I think Max Verstappen is en route to win and will win his 5th consecutive race this season. In the second podium position, I will keep George Russell. Why? Because Carlos Sainz, Perez, and Lewis, all three are back of the grid, and he have very less competition on the straight. Second, he is just shy of 13 points in P2 on the driver standing in his first season with Mercedes. He has high of that. And third, with the lower tire degradation that we saw in Zandvoort, plus this circuit also has lower tire degradations. Hence, I think Russell will be able to keep his tire fresh for a longer period of time. Hence, the second position. Plus, then the third position, I think, will go to Charles Leclerc, keeping the spirit of 75th race at Monza, plus the 100 years of Monza being as a racetrack, the special livery that they are showcasing. Hence, I think Charles will come on the third position. ये तो था मेरा preview for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. आप बताइए, what are your race predictions? आपके हिसाब से कौन जीतेगा, कौन हारेगा, कौन pole position लेके जाएगा? Let's see and let's enjoy the Italian Grand Prix. Until the next video, please take care of yourself.